Hello, everyone. So, we are live together in an interaction where we are going to be talking about an exercise that has helped me work on my fears very, very powerfully. And I'm sure this will help anybody. Okay. So, I'll start with it because it's going to take some time, around 20 minutes to do this. And if you have any questions, if you are on my Zoom recording, you can send there. You can put your questions in Facebook, and then I shall be happy to answer them. Right? Okay, so let's look at what we are doing. And you guys are super awesome. Anyone who's seeing me? There is one. Okay. Sharing. Okay, here it goes. Okay, so this is who I am, absolutely candid me. I have no inhibitions about what people think about me or how you would judge me, because I don't look at myself like that anymore. And I only choose to see each and every person in my life with the eyes of love and compassion and forgiveness, gratitude and humility. And that is how I see you too. This is the power, this is the power that you have once you are tuned into who you truly are. You only realize that life is just awesome and you simply just have to be you. You do not have to be anything else. And I want to share about Mel Robbins. The only reason I want to share about Mel Robbins is uh, she just gives away. If you look at her videos, she's given away her trainings on YouTube just like that. And she has no fear about, she has a lot of struggles in her life. If you actually see Mel's life and you follow her on her pages, she's extremely authentic. Someone who lives who she is, someone who is an ideal role model to follow because she has struggled with a lot of mental illnesses. She still has illness that she developed at a later, after her 50s, and yet she goes on living her mission. She does what she needs to do, and it's just amazingly powerful. So that is why I just love this woman, because she is capable of magic, absolute magic for everybody on the planet. And if you see her content, you must. This is the YouTube link. I will share it in the description also of this video when I post it on YouTube. But do go and see her work, because she's worth talking about. No, I have no partnership with her. I do not take training from her. I have read her book, The 5 Second Rule. I want to read all of her other work. If I do have enough resources, I will definitely go and meet her where she is one day. But she is just absolutely amazing, absolutely, absolutely, truly amazing. And the work that she has done to help people overcome fear and anxiety is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So, what do we know about fear? So, this is something that we have not discussed as such in much detail, except for day one. But this is something that I want to share with all of you. What do you know about fear? When you have a fear reaction, you must have heard this very often from a lot of people, that mostly people either want to fight it, want to, when something is scary, or they want to run away from it. Okay, which category are you in? Do you fight it or do you run away from it? A lot of us want to run away, right? Whenever we are in a scary or fearful situations in life. So what happens in our body? So when you are scared, you see that your palms are sweaty, your armpits are sweaty, your heartbeat increases. There's a pit in your stomach. There's something happens. Uh, a lot of thoughts are racing in your mind. Your eyelids are moving very fast, and you're frowning more. So fear is basically a physiological reaction that your body gives along with the thought that you have. Okay. So if the thought is, oh my God, this is scary, this is painful, I should run away from this or I should fight this, your body will start preparing itself, because that's what body's function is. Our fear is located in, all of our emotions are located in one part of our brain. And that part governs who we are and how we respond to situations. And that part is below your thinking part. So your thinking part is there, it's somewhere in the middle. As the instructions are going from the body, your emotion center is in the middle, and then your thought center comes. What happens is what you feel gets directed by your thoughts. So if your body, if you like, oh, this is scary, and the emotion is scary, your body immediately, it is like a to and fro thing that happens, and it senses that something is not right, something's not happening right here. So that is what happens in the body. So there's a whole range of physiological reactions, either in the fight mode or the flight mode. I mean, there are many details you can read about this, what happens in the body when you are scared or when you're experiencing fear. There are loads and loads of articles on it. This is very, very simply. What happens in the mind is like you start worrying, there's an anxiety, there is this recurrent thought that happens again and again, oh, this is scary, oh, this is scary, I can't do it, I want to run away from it. So, for example, people who have a fear of facing camera, or people who have a fear of speaking, okay? Every time they stand in front of the stage, they're standing in front of an audience, they are just gripped with this fear, and they're not able to speak. This is something that I have faced in my life too. I have had fear of camera too. But then this is something that we're going to be talking about. The 5-second rule really, really works to get you out of this. Also, a lot of our fear and these responses and reactions are learned when we see others around us get scared. So if you have people in your family or the people with whom you grew with, have experienced fear at many levels, you will find that you are also experiencing something of that. Yeah. So this is the first exercise that I want you to do. So what do you remember from your years, from your childhood or your growing up years, when you realize, oh, this is scary, oh, that is scary? In the 30 days, entire 30 days, I've tried to put as many different kinds of fears so that whichever you resonate with most of us will resonate with all of it. You can actually pick on it and then do something about it. Okay? So the very first triggers where it all begins is what I want you to think about. So where did this begin and what should we do about it, right? Um, Now, what is it that we do not know? And this is something they don't teach us in school. This is something they do not tell us uh, that it can be possible. What is it that we do not know is that fear is the same as excitement in your body. So all these physiological reactions that you get when you are about to do something exciting, when you are going to surprise somebody, or when you get a gift and you're like, oh my God, I want to see what there is, or you are about to do bungee jumping, or you're about to do paragliding or sailing or parasailing. It could be any of those adventures. When you get into, you also see there is this anticipation, there is this physiological reaction that you have too, and your mind either interprets the entire physiological reaction that you get as fear or excitement. It's very, very simple. It's just either two of them. Now, the key is that you have the power as an observer of what is going on with your body and your mind to hack your mind, to get your mind to not believe in what it is saying. All right. So, what you can do is no matter what the physiological reaction is, you can change the interpretation and tell your brain that this is not fear, this is not scary. Isn't that awesome? That's really, really awesome. Okay. Now, very simply, what is it that you can do? What is it that we can do about this? What we can simply do is this. It's a simple process. Just follow it as it is. You keep doing it every time you experience fear, and you'll realize that your fear responses will go down and go almost zero. And the biggest thing is having fear is not a problem. Not being able to act because you are scared or fearful, that is a problem. So this will do away with that part. You will be able to take actions in your life, do what you really want to do, achieve your goals in spite of fears. Okay? So the first thing that you need to do is, if you know that I'm scared of speaking in front of an audience, or I'm scared of taking chances, I am scared of taking risks in life, I am worried about failing. Okay, so whichever the fear is, take that one fear that you want to work on immediately. Or if you are scared of getting on flights, you just can't travel because it's scary to go on flights. Or if you are scared of pandemic, falling ill, take any of that and ask yourself what triggers this in you. What is it that immediately gets you in a state of worry? What thoughts come to your mind? Write it down if you can. Make a whole list of it. And become aware of what is triggering it. If just thinking or seeing flight tickets make you feel scared, I'm so scared of going on flights, that that is the thing. Just seeing something triggers it. Or you are in a large audience and you know that I might be called up on the stage to speak. And if you're scared of that, then you know that that is the trigger. Just knowing that I will be going into large audiences. So, a lot of people avoid functions, avoid audiences because they just feel that it scare you. And it's definitely something that has happened in their life that has led to this. You were not born with these fears of not taking action. We were born with fears so that it protects us. But nobody really tells us that you should not do what you want to do in life just because there is fear in you. Okay? And that in what doesn't happen is that we're not even taught that you can work with it and you can do something about it. We can definitely do something about the fear right now. All right. So your background noise is ignored for now. Okay. So first thing that you need to do is, which is what I tell in all the videos of the 30 days also, is breathe. Just let yourself be easy with it. Because anchoring on your breath is the first thing that helps reduce all the physiological reactions in your body. Okay. That's the first step. Now, what you need to do if you know that you're going to be in a potential situation where there will be fear, you need to create an anchor thought. Okay. What is an anchor thought? A thought that is related to the fear. For example, if you are fearing in speaking in front of an audience, for example, if that is the fear, you need to come up with a positive outcome that would happen if you face that fear. Okay. For example, telling someone how awesome the talk went or the event went. Right? So you know that you're scared of going and speaking in front of an audience, but you are also looking at, if I did, what would be the positive outcome of it? So that would be an anchor thought. So you could actually visualize that I've finished my talk and the entire audience is appreciating me. They're giving me a standing ovation. Or I've completed my speech and people are calling me and appreciating me, and I'm calling and telling my loved ones that it went superbly well. So that becomes your anchor thought. So you've not faced the fear, but you've created an alternative idea for your mind to work on. Yeah? So right now your mind is working on the thought that I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. But then you are giving another thought that I have completed the talk and everybody's appreciating me, applauding me, and it feels super awesome. You need to feel it in you. Okay, as you're doing it. So create that anchor thought for whatever fear that you've chosen. And then just before the event happens, or just before you know that you're going to be there is this potential fearful situation that might be happening. If you know that now the time has come, you've got to face it. The first thing you need to do is say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay. So when you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in 5 seconds, you're interrupting the thoughts in your brain. So a lot of thoughts are interrupting. When you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop, you're asking your mind to stop immediately. Okay. Then what you're doing is breathing and focus on the anchor thought. You get that anchor thought, you get the positive outcome that you would have, you know that you could get if everything went well. Okay. And then you see it, feel it, imagine how good it feels. So you tell yourself, oh my God, this is so amazing that people are appreciating me, people are clapping me. This is the power of visualization, also seeing the good outcomes in your life, but doing it to using it as an anchor thought too for the fear to reduce in your mind and in your body. Okay. Now, what it does is when you do this, you are free, you are reframing fear into excitement or happiness. Okay. And rather than saying, I'm scared, if you say, I'm excited to give this talk, I'm excited to make this video, I'm excited to give this speech. What then happens is, or I'm excited to face an audience. Your mind, even though the physiological reaction is just the same, whether it's fear or excitement, you are in better control. Your mind doesn't hijack you into thinking bad or looking at it as fear or negativity. Okay. So don't let your mind hijack you. You hack it and hack it to believe what you want you to do. So you're completely flipping the game right now. Okay. So simple steps, really very simple. If you practice it, watch Mel's video, and you will just get it like this, and you will be able to do it. I'm so sure, because I've tried it out. Hundreds of people have tried it out, and it works like magic. And make this practice a habit. You do it one time, it is not going to work. Every time you know that your body is giving that, what will happen is then your body will get used to the anchor thought and not the thought that it's the fear thought that's already there. Once it gets used to it, you might not have to do it for the fear that you're working on, then you might take another fear that you could work on. Okay? You will definitely become more powerful than your fears. Right? Now, I have something else also. I have another bonus thought to share with you. And why, how this all fits in. Please do this exercise and try it out. And also how journaling helps, because I'm a journaling coach and I'm using all of these ideas. When you do affirmations, when you do gratitude, there's also something that I teach called emotions tracking that really helps you to reduce the negative and unwanted emotions in your life. And there are guided exercises that can help you anchor fear and anxiety every day. So in the next session, when I do it on the 28th day, we will be doing some exercises that I have, which will help you to reduce the incidence and the impact of fear by simply working on yourself with yourself. Okay. So thank you for viewing, everyone, and thank you for being there. Do try the 5-second rule. It's just simple. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop yourself immediately. You can get up or move around. It will be great. Use the anchor thought, reframe the fear into excitement, and see the results that you will get. Very simple thing to do, because it's so simple. You're like, isn't that easy? But unless you don't try it out and you practice it every time you're experiencing fear, you will not know that it works. Trust me, it works. Sometimes I'm not able to wake up in the morning and I will 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up, I tell myself, and I get up. It can be used in so many different situations. Whenever your mind is putting you into a trap that you don't want to get caught into, just do this 5-second rule. Put a different thought inside your mind, put a positive outcome for yourself, and you see you are able to turn yourself around within minutes. So try it out. See you for day 22 tomorrow. Thank you.